Good morning everyone. Yes, we've got a whole new camera angle. It's amazing what you can do with a bit of wood and a grip thing for your phone. See how it works. As you can probably tell, doing a bit of decoupage. I'm getting all the bits, getting all the bits and bobs together for my cat journal. Oh, sorry, I'm gonna have to watch that. So I showed you the cover. I've got all the pages ready, trims. This is a baby wipe which I put a load of red paint on, so I kind of want red and pinky bits to go with this. Dyed up the lace. That's the cat stamp I'm going to be using. They're the trimmy bits that I'm going to be putting on. I've got a big envelope which will go in the spine. I've done some, what are these? Oh, telephone message pad thing. I've just dyed them with tea. I don't like the smell of coffee. To me, it stays on a bit. So so it's going to have a sort of a pinky red tinge with white pages as well. Yeah, so I want to do some tags and some bits and bobs. So this is kind of what I'm working on here. I've got a cereal box under here. My lovely brown flakes from Lidl's, lovely. So I flattened it out because it's just the right weight for making tags and pockets and things. Well, not pockets, but tags and belly bands and that kind of thing. So I wanted to get some background done. I'm going to do a mishmash of sort of bluey pinks because I've also sewed another. I made loads of journal covers, just the covers. So I need to make some stuff to go with them. So this is one that I've done some slow stitching on, bits of lace, some really nice trim, bit of slow stitching around here. It's a lovely kind of a what would you call it? I don't know, like a woven fabric. It's beautiful anyway. And then I've just done a small bit on the back there, so that'll become another journal. But yeah, I've completely run out of bits and bobs to put in my journals, and I've been watching quite a few people doing a bit of decoupage, and I thought, let's give it a go. So I've got some Edith Holden papers here. I'll be cutting the title off there because I don't like to waste those, so I'll just be stripping that down. Some couple of bits of sort of maroony red colours, bits of gel printed paper, old book page. This is original pages out of an old catalogue, so that'll be nice on there as well. I've got this beautiful textured paper which came out of one of those handmade booklet things. That's the actual pad there. So yeah, so I thought I'd put that on. I might use it the textured side actually, because that'll be quite nice on a tag. More Edith Holden, some of my tea dyed papers, just scraps of papers and things really. Yeah, those. And then when I made the pages up for the journal, I had all these offcuts left over, so I'm going to use those on there as well. A little bit of music paper. I've got some more hanging around, so I can always whack it on if it looks good. And then I've got this tissue paper, which I've had for donkey's years. I might use some bits of that. I might not actually. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. So I just thought I'd bring you along, show you what I'm doing. I will this afternoon. I've been following a beautiful lady, Polish lady. Gosh, she's so inspired me. It's unbelievable. Let me get her name. It's Teal and Tattered. She's on YouTube. She does. I've been really inspired by what she's been doing, and the one I watched this morning was she'd made some, what do you call them? Ephemera storage books, basically, and I need to do that because I've got bits everywhere, probably like everybody else. So I need to make myself one of those because the way she's done it is really quite nice. And all those plastic fronted bags that I've been doing, I've got loads of little offcuts of the plastic, so I thought I'd use that and trim the top of the, so yeah, use the plastic as pockets and trim the top of the pockets with fabric just to make it look a little bit different. I had a new laptop arrive from work the other day, so I've got a lovely box. Let me just quickly show you without bashing the table. I've got a lovely box which I've flattened because I need to cut it. Sorry, it's not very good, is it? But I'm going to keep it intact because I want that to be my spine. So what I'm going to do is have that there as the spine, like so, and then I can chop this in half and probably get 2 ephemera folders out of that. So I'm leaving that there for later. I'm desperately trying not to bash the table because you are on a pole, a big grip thing, and my phone is up there. So it all could go wrong. Who knows? Right, so let's just chuck all that to the side. As I say, I've got the cereal box here. I'm going to start with these strippy bits. I really want to get these used. I'm not going to use the blue side. On the back of them is printed with lines, so you're just going to watch me glue, I'm afraid. So I'm just going to use basic PVA. When I do the final bits and pieces, I'll probably use, I've got the gel matte medium, I'll probably use that, but at the moment this will be fine just to stick paper down. I've got a big bit of cardboard under here to protect my cutting mats so that when I come to sew, I'm not going to make sure you can see. Yes, you can. So yeah, we're just gonna whack some glue on. We're going to cover this cereal box. I'm even going to do the flaps and that because they sometimes make nice tucks and things like that. So I'm just going to cover the whole shebang basically. So yeah, go and check out God, what was she called? Oh, don't come to me for a memory. Teal and Tattered. She's lovely. She was saying today, you know, oh, excuse my poor English and all this and that. And I thought, crikey, girl, your English is better than mine, and I was, you know, born in this country. So yeah, she's lovely, and she's got some amazing ideas. She reminds me very much of she's kind of a cross between Merrimee Small Art, if you follow her, and Johanna Clough. She's got that kind of Johanna style, but I think it's just the accent with Merrimee, because she I think she, yeah, I'm pretty sure she's Polish, and they have quite a strong European, I don't know, what would you call it, an accent anyway. So but I've always found them to be a very creative and beautiful what would you say, nationality. Their women are always stunning. Right, so yeah, I'm just going to sort of concentrate on covering because it's quite a strong blue, this actually, so it's probably going to take a couple of layers for it to get I'm hoping I'm not wobbling the camera. I am, aren't I? I might have to, I've got it sort of braced on a box, so what I might have to do is get the box up off the table, and then it shouldn't wobble then, hopefully. Right, let's just get this covered. So I hope everyone's well. It's a beautiful sunny day here today. Got the washing on the line. I haven't got work for 6 days now, but next week is full on because my colleague's on holiday, so it's just going to be me. It's going to be busy, but never mind, it's fine. The days are going really fast at the moment. Our Prime Minister, well, if you're in England, Boris Johnson, he's deciding this weekend if he's going to relax the lockdown laws, so it'll be interesting. I don't know about you. I was talking to my colleague yesterday. I said I'm actually going to be quite sad because I think the earth has healed itself while we've not all been racing around in our lives, and I'm going to be quite sad. I mean, I've enjoyed hearing the birds for a change instead of the dual carriageway, which isn't far from where I am, and certainly haven't missed the commute to work and things like that. You know, it's I think with modern technology nowadays, I think it's proved that actually we don't need to do all this travelling to work every day. I certainly don't need to travel in. I don't need to be physically in the office for me to be able to do my job, and actually I'm a lot more efficient when I'm not doing that because I've got no distractions. I'm not sort of tired or grumpy from the journey in if I've got stuck in traffic and things like that. So I should be having a little chat with my employer. It's not going to happen, but we'll see. So you don't know until you ask. So oh, I've got an upside down butterfly. We can't have that. I'm going to try and keep it that you know, this is the orientation that I'll be cutting my tags and things, so I won't be crisscrossing a lot. I'm going to try and keep it all straight, I guess, for want of a better word. So let's just fill that bit in there. Let's put a bit of glue down there. So yes, it's probably going to be a bit boring actually, but I don't know. I quite enjoy watching people doing this sort of stuff and having a chit chat. So let's get on. Trying to think what else is going on. I haven't been out. Just I say it was a busy week this week work-wise, so I don't get to go out when it's a work day. So because by the time I finish at 4, I just want to chill out, watch YouTube videos and just chill. This is taking more paper than I thought, which is all good because I'm using up all these scrappy bits, which I was going to throw away actually. So I'm glad I didn't. So quite a few people that I follow have been doing these sort of scrap challenges, you know, where you're just sort of clearing your desk off basically. I don't keep it on my desk because my desk is for sewing and for junk journaling as well. So I tend to keep a fairly clear desk and just have baskets of stuff everywhere. I'm a bit of a basket freak, so the Space Invaders on the move around. Had to put the frontline flea treatment on her last night. She's been scratching, so it's obviously that season as well, which is a joy. And that she has to have it on because she's got no choice, because I am so allergic to insect bites. It's unbelievable. And flea bites, oh holy moly, I'm like Blue the bear. I can't, it just drives me nuts. So she has to have it on. She doesn't have a choice. And amazingly, I didn't get my hands scratched to pieces, which she's, I don't know if I've told you, her mum was feral, very much a feral cat, and she only came in to have the kittens, her and her sisters. Well, it was 2 girls and a boy actually, and that's the only time she ever came in the house. She wasn't our cat. I mean, it was the neighbour's cat, but they kind of didn't really look after the mother very well, basically. Anyway, we ended up adopting 2 of the kittens. My friend had another one. I think I've told you this already, so I won't ramble on. But and consequently, I think that's why she's not a particularly friendly cat. My granddaughter is desperate to be friends with her. She loves all animals, but Mackerel's not having it. She just sort of gives her the evil eye, and I have to say to the little one, you know, just be careful, darling, because she's a proper grumpy cat. So much so that I think I've told you my eldest daughter is a dog walker, but she also does pet sitting, and her neighbour had a cat, and neighbour went on holiday, so she asked my daughter if she would pop in and feed the cat while she was away, which obviously she didn't mind at all. So Eleanor, the little one, used to go with her, and she was astonished that this cat actually wanted to be stroked and to be loved and all the rest of it. She came home and she went, "Nanny, Mackie is really miserable." I said, "Oh, why? What's happened now?" She said, "Well, I can't remember this other cat's name, but anyway," she said, "such and such cat let me stroke him, he wanted me to love him," and all that. She was so funny. I'll tell you, out of the mouth of babes comes she's hilarious. She really is. I hope she never loses it. She tells it like it is, really. She just, yeah. But I think you do when you're 5, don't you? So we're hoping to hear if our schools can open as well, because I think I've told you before, she's oh, you can't see this, but I'm over in the corner. She's really struggled with oh heck, here we go. with not being at school. She loves school, and she's struggled with, I guess it's the routine she's missing, possibly. I don't know. Maybe the learning. I don't know. I don't know what it is she's actually missing, but she's really struggling. And my daughter's having not big problems, but you know, a little bit of a behaviour problem with her because, well, she's bored, I would imagine. She's only just started school, which she absolutely loved. I don't even know if you're seeing any of this. I'm rambling away and just sticking stuff. Right, I'm just down here now. I've just torn up these bits, which are now all sticking everywhere. Yeah, she just started school and really settled in, and yeah, and it's such a shame. She's kind of been ripped from that, and she's not quite getting it. It's such a shame, but hopefully they'll open again soon. And because the lady across the road, she's I work in education in a weird way, which I won't even try to explain. But she's a teacher, the lady across the road, and she said that the sad thing is that it's almost like a rite of passage thing when you're in year 6, which is the last year of primary school. You almost need that. You need that last a couple of months, I get, well, last month definitely, for it's almost like it's the finishing off. It's the finishing off of primary school before you move up to secondary school. And if they don't go back in June, which is what they're saying they will be doing, those year 6 students are not going to have that switch over. That I'm just going to check what you are. It's going to almost be like, it's like a psychological switch over for them. That's it. They finish primary, they're off to secondary, and then come September, you know, they'll be starting at secondary school. And if they don't have that, I think we're going to have a lot of mental health problems, I'll be honest with you. So yeah, I think it's going to be interesting. I think he's got to get them back. He's got to get them back before the end of year, because I can envisage those year 6s are going to struggle. I mean, you know, it's been bad enough for the year 11s where they've not had their leavers ball and they've not had their GCSEs, and you know, it's that normality. They just haven't had it, and I think I know a lot of kids are struggling because that's part of my job to deal with that. But yeah, so, and a lot of parents are struggling as well. It's been interesting. So yeah, but anyway, hopefully this weekend we'll have good news. We've got a bank holiday Friday because of VE Day, which obviously isn't happening now. They changed it all to celebrate, was it 75 years since the end of the Second World War, and you know, they're all big things planned, and of course nothing's happening. So yeah, it's a bit of a bummer. So I'm hoping to hear about some craft events. Desperate to do some. It was all part of my retirement plan, which, you know, I think the gods have got it in for me. I'll be honest with you. I think it's right. Susan's semi-retired. Let's mess everything up. But there you go. All right. Okay, we're getting there. So I wanted to put quite a heavy cover on there because that blue of that cereal packet is quite dark. So now that that's covered, I feel better now. So we'll just do some smaller bits to take off the striped effect now. So yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anything else to talk about really. Just did a really quick run down the old shops. Didn't need much. Don't see anybody. Don't know anybody I know anyway, so it's kind of a bit meh. I've got friends texting saying, as soon as this is over, do you want to meet up, do this, do that? I went, yes, definitely. I've had enough. I've had enough of it now. But like I say, I've had enough, but I think it's going to be quite sad. I am quite sad about it, yeah. So, and I know a lot of people that are, what do we say, nature lovers and that kind of thing, and quite alternative people. We've got a lot of them in Devon, but they're all sort of bemoaning the fact that you know, how long is it going to be before we all go back to our usual ways? Well, it's not going to be long. I'm hoping a lot of people have learnt actually that, you know, you don't need to go out every weekend and spend money on stuff that you really don't need. Because I know a lot of the people that I've been on Skype things with, they've said how much money they've saved, you know, because they're not going out. I mean, obviously we're not having to spend out on petrol either, which has been a godsend. But yeah, and you know, one of them said, you know, I'd have been out and bought a couple of dresses by now. She said, but actually, I know I don't need them. I don't need them because I can't get them. And I said, well, there it is, you know, save your money. Stop spending money. Especially if you don't need to. Right, I'm just faffing around now, so... trying to think who else I've been watching this week. I've been watching a bit of Gail Agostinelli. Can't watch too much. It's I do like people that have really good, really original ideas. As I say, this lady today, how did I even find her? I don't know. She came up on my feed, you know, suggested you may like sort of thing. So I thought I'll give it a go. And she's done a terrific idea with making faux, what do you call them, tickets, which when I watched it I thought, oh, blimey, that is just so simple, but what a good idea. I don't know if she got it off of anybody, so I know she openly admitted that the ephemera folders were not her original idea because they've been around for a while, but I quite like the way she's done it. I don't know why, because it's probably exactly the same as the others, but yeah, so I'm going to have a go at making some actually, because I've done that one out of the old car book which I showed you. Just show this, that one with the concertina file thing. So I'm going to use that for tags and big pieces. But I recently downloaded a load of little tickets, not tickets, labels and things like that. So I found them free on Pinterest. Because, as you know, I am as tight as, so... and although, you know, the big names in the business, their stuff is beautiful, I am not going to say otherwise. I just... sorry, if I can find it for free, I'll have it. It's as simple as that. So, right, this is an old Edith Holden page, but it's kind of like one of the back pages. I'm going to save that because I love that stuff. So that can go there on the save pile. And we'll rip up this one. So, sorry if this is boring. Just thought I'd get on, try the new camera angle, which I think is better because you're not trying to watch it back to front. You're actually over the top, which is good. Well, it's how most people do it, actually. I've been sort of building on techniques, if you like, for want of a better description, and trying to make it a little bit more easier for people to watch. So, right, you stick there. Stick. Thank you. I'm just using a foam sponge. I have got these really nice brushes, which they're super soft. They're great for really thin paper, but as this stuff is really thick, I mean this Edith Holden stuff's really thick, so let's just whack a bit on there. What I'm trying to aim for is I'm kind of keeping in mind that this is going to be chopped into tags and things, so I'm kind of sort of visualising, you know, not spot on visualising, but sort of getting an idea of areas. Is that the right word? Don't know. Anyway, yeah, just building up. I kind of envisage it's going to be cut through the middle here in half. I might make just one half out of into tags, and then the other half into pockets and things like that. So that's kind of where I'm kind of going, trying to go. We shall see. And then this afternoon I'm going to get on and make one of those, cut that box in half. And thank you, work, for giving me free supplies. I like that. Yeah, and get an ephemera folder together, because I keep losing. I've got a packet of those flower, the sort of vellum flower things from, I think it was AliExpress, and I keep losing them. I put them down, think, right, I know exactly what box they're in, and they're gone. I just, yeah, it's doing my head in. So right, where were those thin bits? There they are. Right, this is my tea dye. This is it's a little quotation book. It's white, normal. Yeah, it's a normal. There it is here. It's that. Okay, but what's nice is the paper is really see-through. It's almost like a tissue paper, and it's dyed up. I think that lined one's slightly thicker, but that's really thin. You know, you're supposed to do a carbon copy out, really, but it takes tea, as you can see, really, really well. Look at that. I mean, it's just, you know, and of course it rips beautifully. So, like so. We just spread some of these around. And tend to do some stamping and stuff like that on it. So, right, where else do we? Right, I'm concentrating up there, and that's no good. I need to stick it everywhere, don't I? I need to get this covered first. Let me find. Where was that bumpy paper? Well, you'll do. Will you? No. Oh, here we go. Stop faffing. Just do it. Right. You'll do. You will do. Quite sticky down there, so. Right. Just stick you there. Takes a little bit longer doing it with PVA, but I find it gives you a nice thicker, stronger tag pocket. You know, it's a nice strong base it gives you. You can use glue stick, you don't have to use a wet glue, but it's a lovely sunny day today, so I should just leave this up in the window and very quickly it will be set, so dry rather. And what I'll do is I'll turn it over and cut the shapes out. I'm really thinking, let me show you the without destroying everything. These shapes here, I'm thinking could make really nice edge of pages or belly band type shapes. I quite like to put things on the edge of a page, so we shall see, shan't we? Right, one more bit there just to cover up that. We can put a bit of that there, I think. So I can cut that out later. And then get off. Yeah, you can go there. It's lovely this old catalogue. It was kind of what would you call it, like an auction catalogue, but really old. I don't know what year it was from, but it was really old, and I was very tempted. I have kept a lot of the pages because what I intend to do when I get a few pennies is to buy a really high spec scanner and start scanning some of these, because I've got some lovely old pages, books and stuff like that, so you know, ones that are outside of copyright, so I really fancy doing some of that. And my youngest daughter is trained in Adobe, I think it is, one of the graphics programs, and she said, you know, after if there is ever such a thing as normality anymore, she will give me a quick lesson on it. And I thought, brill. So I'd love to have a go at making some of my own digitals, basically. Whether they'll ever be any good to share with anyone, I don't know. But I'm really quite keen to get some quite unique work out there. So just slap a bit there. I don't mind if that gets cut in half, that kind of thing. That'll look quite nice, half and half on a tag. Or a pocket, or, you know, whatever. So, just trying to give it some background interest, really. Not, you know, not too plain. Although, you know, I will be adding to this and sticking bits, stickers and all sorts. Anyway, you know what I mean. This is not the finished article, is what I'm trying to say. So that wasn't the bit, was it? I don't think that was the bit I intended there. I don't know where it's gone. Right, that's that. Let's put another bit here. Straight-ish. The wonderful world of ish. Where else do I need some? A little bit. Don't want too much. Some there already. There's nothing in the middle there. Right, let's stick you there. Okay. I can see blue. I can see blue paper. So you've got to go. This might not be strong enough colour wise, but we shall see. It's okay. There's another bit there, isn't there? That looks okay. We'll stick a bit of Edith Holden down there. I don't even know if you'll see this. Sorry, I'm not doing very well, am I? Just got to get used to it being up there as opposed to the side where you normally see everything. Right, okay. Looks a bit hodgepodgey, but that'll be fine. I might just concentrate on covering up those bits up there, because if I do decide to use those, they're going to stick out like a sore thumb. So let me just try not to get too much on the card at the back. I don't want it all sticking to that. And there's another bit there. You'll do perfectly. Amazing how much glue you get through. Just stuck it in an old yoghurt pot. I had a yoghurt for my pud last night, so. Just stick you down a bit more. Like I say, what I'll do, I'll let some of this PVA dry, and then I'll just go over it with a coat of. I've got some Mod Podge, or yeah, what is that? It's a matte one, so that might work well actually. So that's up on the shelf there. I'll get that down later. But I'll just let this dry first, because although Mod Podge is basically a similar base PVA glue, basically, but it'll just give it a nice solid appearance, I think. So, right, okay, that's cool. So that's all this kind of background covered. So now I'm just, oh, there's a bit there. Look, there's always one bit, isn't there? You see, yeah, here. Can you see? Yes, there. I don't really want to put that there. So I just want to get some colour on it now. I'm trying to decide if I want to make it all. Yeah, I think I will actually, because I think that cat one is going to end up with two signatures in it. So it's going to need quite a bit of ephemera, so I will dedicate this just to the cat one. Unless something comes out quite neutral, and then you can use it whatever, but what's going on here? That's from where I ripped the box. Okay, you can go there. Oh, that paper feels so lush. Why does old paper feel so lovely? It's beautiful. Right. Okay. There we are. As you can see, it's quite... Let me just make sure you can see. Oh yeah, cool. Yeah, it's quite... So I'm really tempted to go over with some gesso as well. What I might do is stick the red paper on and then have a look, or the red bits that I've got. I haven't got many, I've only got a couple. Just to give it some colour. Actually, what I might do is dig out, bear with me, dig out some of those gel prints I did the other day. I don't think I've got any red ones. No, I didn't do any or much red in that particular session, so okay, that's fine. We'll just tear this into, just go with little bits. I'll stick it on. Right, hang on, I'll just move that up there a second. All right. I just want to give it hints of colour. I don't want it to, because I can always add with paint and stamping. I've got the red brick ink from Tim Holtz, so that's fine. So I'm literally just gonna, these are 2 scraps that have been hanging around forever basically, so I'm just gonna get these used up, and I thought ideal, get them on here. So I'll give it a little bit of colour, a little bit more texture, and then I can always go in with the paint. Where's that other one? There we are. Is this more of a plainer one? Might rip these a bit bigger. No, I'm not going to ink the edges. I'm not the world's greatest fan of inking. I'll do it if I think it needs it, but I don't make it, how do I phrase it? I don't make it a priority. Maybe it's lazy, I don't know, but I don't. So there it is. Rebel without a clue, me. Right, let's just get rid of those tiny bits. I really can't be keeping those. Right, shove you over there. Let's get the big board down. I've got bits everywhere. Let me just grab the bin. Right, okay. We have a bin. Need some more glue. Not too much more, as we are. And this big board that's underneath here, I'm going to do something with that as well. I don't know what yet, so I can't tell you what I'm going to do with it. Why haven't I got 2 torn edges? But I quite enjoy a bit of decoupage. So, and like I say, you can always alter something quite radically by, if it's too leery or too bright or whatever, you can just slap a bit of gesso on and it just takes it right down. It really does. I think I've told you before, Artie Mays is one of my, mainly because she lives down the road, well, not down the road, next county. It's down the road for me, but yeah, she does my kind of thing. I kind of like the mixed media type things that she does, and the bits of paint, and you know, slapping a bit of paint on, a bit of gesso. Yeah, it's mixing it all up because it just takes it off of, you know, just using a paper pad, if that makes sense. So yeah, I like the creativity of going outside the box. Just the way I roll. Right, where else? Up there, I think. Welcome to my new subscriber who joined me today. Very grateful. Oh, I'm supposed to say, I keep forgetting, and I know other people have been doing it because it does make a difference. Yeah, do the like thing. Even if you didn't like it, do the dislike thing. Whatever, it doesn't matter. It's all about engagement that YouTube picks up. I'm not looking to ever become a millionaire at doing this, but I would like, you know, I'd like people. I like people. I love you comments. Please comment. You know, even if it's just hello, that's fine. I'll send you back a heart. But you know, I think when you do this stuff, it's really nice to know that people are enjoying what you're doing, or if they've got any other things that they would like to learn or you to show them or whatever. Because I think most people that do this stuff, we are fairly multi-talented, I guess is the word. You know, we don't just do one particular, well, I don't anyway, as you know. I don't just do one craft, I do all sorts. So if there is anything you want to learn or want me to show you how to do, I know one thing that I did promise, and it's just pinged into my head. Lino cutting. I've got all the tools, all the materials, like you do. So that will be something that I will be doing and showing you how I do it. So and the printing, yeah, because I love it. I love the printing side of it. So where do you need to go? Yeah, you can go in there. Covering up that lined paper a bit, but trying to get some vertical lines in now. There isn't any rules with decoupage. It's whatever you fancy doing, I'll be honest with you. Sometimes it's nice to get a little bit of movement. Where can you go? You can go there. If you've never done decoupage, it is just all about layers and layers and layers until you're happy with it, basically. Don't be stuck with rules. Just do what pleases you and is your taste, basically. I used to worry a lot about, oh, what colour do I do that people are like, and whether they're, you know, I'm really sort of worrying about it. And it's only since sort of thinking, well, do you know what, I like that, and I'll just put it out there, and if nobody else likes it, then fine. And it's been quite nice, actually, because oh, they all gone. Yeah, it's been quite nice because people have obviously enjoyed my taste, so that's always a nice little bonus. Well, we've used all the red paper. Just got tiny scraps here. Should I put those on? Yeah, why not? Yeah, it's a real confidence booster, actually, is that, you know, you've just gone for it. You've just done what you think, oh, you know, I'll just do that. And it's, yeah, somebody's liked it, or somebody has, yeah, bought it or whatever. So I'm just really being pedantic here now, aren't I? Let's put that bit there. I'm not very keen on the straight lines on the middle of the page, but it might be fine. So we'll just be the straight edges rather than not straight lines. I'm sure you knew what I meant. Just whack that on there. Oh, come on. We might as well use them all up. So have a go at this. You know, if you've got an old cereal box. I've also got, oh, excuse the sniffles, that's season again. A yoghurt. I bought a pack of 4 out of Lidl's. Was it Lidl's? I think it was. Yeah, I think it was. And I thought, do you know what? That's really nice cardboard. And look at the colour on the back. It's lovely. So yeah, it's not waxed. I thought it was waxed for a second, but it's not. So I'll be able to leave that plain on the back and just decoupage the front. And that'll make a really nice journaling card, or cut it in half for pockets or whatever. So it was going to go in the bin. And luckily I looked at it and thought, it's not waxed. You can write on that. Start saving your scraps. So I did. Okay, I think that's all the little bit. Oh, there's one more. God dear. Why is there always one more? I don't know how these bits are going to fall. I can always cover them up. It's, you know, you're never done until you say you are, so that's fine. So there we are. I don't know if you... let's have a look, see if you can see all that. Yeah, near enough. So I shall let that dry. Cracky, 45 minutes. Where does it go? And all the wrinkles will disappear by then. As I say, I've got Mod Podge. I've got the matte one. I've had it for ages actually. I haven't used it. I might stick some tissue paper on it. I might not. I don't know. I've got some. Actually, I've got some really nice napkins somewhere. Right, I'm going to search out my napkins, but I kind of want them to be... Just spotted them. They're in a box, tied up. Honestly, since I tidied up my craft room, so much more efficient. I don't think I've got anything that is even remotely cat-like. So rummaging away here out of your... Let me move that up there to dry. Let's have a look, see what we got. Got those. I love these ones because they cut out beautifully. Got birdies, leopards and tigers and things. Yeah, I think it's mostly flowers that I've got. Balloons. Oh, bees. No, not on cats. Flowers. More flowers. Okay. Got in here. I don't think I've got anything, or actually anything red, I guess. Ooh, thinking about it. That'd be a bit boring. That's a bit Christmassy, isn't it? What have I got here? These are the decoupage ones, I think they are. They're nice to work with. They're really thick, actually. So I'm completely doing this out of your vision. That could be quite nice, actually. Stay. Not. Oh, I see. You're half and half, are you? Okay. Yeah, bits of that might be quite nice, actually, mightn't they? It's got the red. Oh, it's Christmas, unfortunately. Yeah, let's go for it. Not the hearty side. I don't know, I've got no idea where I got this from. But it is the same as the, or similar to the decoupage papers that you can buy everywhere. Hobbycraft do the decoupage. That probably came in a magazine, I'll be honest with you. Lots of this random stuff of mine does. So what I'm going to do is tear that into bits and add that on. I think that'll be quite nice. So just squish all that back in there because they're the really thin ones. I try and keep those separate to, and bits as well. So I try and keep those separate to the big, you know, the whole ones, if you like. Right, let's just pile that all back in there. That was a piece of wrapping paper. I thought that's not, well, you know, tissue paper. I thought that's not going anywhere. That'll go in the box. This was a napkin I got sent, which is just, I mean, look at it. And I think that's a National Trust one, so I need to get on their website and get some of their, because I know they do some beauties. So, well, that was worth a rummage, wasn't it? Yes, I'm happy with that. I think that'll look quite nice, actually, because if I'm thinking if I tear it into strips. Sorry. So if I just tear it into long strips and just sort of do that, it's not going to stick, don't worry. I'm going to think about it. Right, we've been going for 50 minutes already, so I'm going to let you off, and I'll come back with another video this afternoon where hopefully this will be dry and I'll decide what I'm going to do with this. and then we'll cut them together. I think that would be quite a nice one. Table might shake a bit, so I would apologise. What I might do is try and work out how to suspend the... Oh, I could hang it off the bookcase. I'll be back. Thank you very much. Bye.